What's good, y'all? My name is Akil McLeod, aka the Dapper Advisor, and I'm a full-time eBay and Poshmark seller. And today I want to share my Hammoq story with you guys and just let you guys know how I got started on Hammoq and my experience using the platform so far. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I was introduced to Hammoq by a bunch of different resellers that I follow here on YouTube, and they gave it such rave reviews that I decided to go ahead and sign up for the service, mainly because during that time I was trying to figure out different ways on how I can really just grow my business and be way more productive. And I realized that I was basically getting to that point where I needed some more help, and since Hammoq is of course a virtual assistant service, I decided to just go ahead and move forward with them, and that way they can list a lot of my items from eBay onto Poshmark. And ever since I signed up with Hammoq back in July, my business has definitely grown, mainly because I save so much time now, especially when it comes to listing. All I'm basically doing is listing my items on eBay, and then they just put them up on Poshmark for me. And the first time that they listed an item for me on Poshmark, all I had to do was basically just let them know how I like to price my items and to tweak just a couple things here or there, mainly just so that my closet can just continue to flow and just look like it was something that I created myself. And like I said, once I was able to do that and make that communication with my VA, it was perfect. Ever since then, my business has definitely took off, mainly on the side of Poshmark, because like I told you guys before, I use Hammoq to cross list my items from eBay to Poshmark. And prior to using Hammoq, I was barely listing anything on Poshmark. My Poshmark closet was starting to dwindle down, and ever since signing up for Hammoq and using a virtual assistant, now my Poshmark closet is always full and I'm always making consistent sales on that site. So it's definitely been a huge help. So if I had to describe my experience using Hammoq the very first time around and using Hammoq now, it's definitely been a very smooth transition, and not much has changed, because the very first time that I used Hammoq, I really liked how they made the title and everything. It was basically like a copy and paste, but they also definitely added some special details just so that they can make my items stand out a little better. I like how they tweaked my title and they adjusted my prices a little bit. They usually price my items a little more expensive, mainly because on Poshmark, as you guys know, if you guys aren't familiar with Poshmark, people tend to send you offers. So if you price your item just a little bit more expensive, sometimes you might basically sell your item for that price that's priced a little bit more, or sometimes, you know, you might take a best offer and, you know, give the buyer maybe 10 or 15 bucks off, but in reality it's exactly what you would have listed it for anyway on any other platform. So for me, I really do like how, you know, the Hammoq VAs handle that type of stuff for me. And prior to using Hammoq, when it comes down to just some of the smaller details, when you list an item on Poshmark, it always asks you your original price, and that's something I just used to put at 0. But after working with my Hammoq VA, I realized that they put up a pretty high price. I think they have somewhat of a system on how they base the original price. It's usually never like 100% correct, but I like how they add that small little feature on there. That way buyers tend to see it, and it looks like it sends the Poshmark algorithm, it almost sends them like an additional detail just to let you know that you're giving customers a really good deal. So for me, I realized that that's definitely helped business grow. So my favorite thing about Hammoq is how simple and easy that it really is. For me, like I told you guys before, it's really helped me save a ton of time, and I usually list my items on eBay at night, usually somewhere between like 8 and 11 p.m. And when I wake up in the morning, I usually would get a message on WhatsApp from my virtual assistant letting me know that they've posted those drafts and it's ready for my approval. And for me, I love that, because at this point I really don't have to, you know, comb through any details. They know exactly how I like my listings. So once I put my items up on eBay, the very next day it goes up on Poshmark, and I usually always convert a sale. At one point I was doing maybe 1 sale a week, and now I'm doing at least 5 to 6 sales a week. So for me, that's a huge improvement. So the only thing that I would like Hammoq to do that they don't do right now is if they were able to share my closet for me several times during the day. Now that would really help me out, mainly because, especially when you're using Poshmark, when you share your closet more often and you share your items, that basically just pulls those items to the top of the search. And since you're basically competing with so many other sellers on that app, it's super important to have your items to the top of the search as much as possible. So if the Hammoq VAs were somehow able to start sharing my closet for me, that would definitely definitely improve business even more, and I'm sure I'd see a ton more sales. So for me, throughout the course of my day, I might spend maybe 5 to 10 minutes actually using the Hammock app, but that's one of my favorite things about it as well. Just the fact that it's so simple and easy, and I barely have to micromanage or do anything like that. So that's probably one of my favorite things about using Hammock. Just the fact that I'm able to buy back my time and just use my time way more efficiently by sourcing and just, you know, getting some other things done, because outside of reselling, I do a couple other businesses as well. So by being able to kind of buy back my time, it just allows me to spend more time with my family as well. As I mentioned earlier, the way how I communicate with my virtual assistant through Hammock is basically using WhatsApp, and I was one of those people that I didn't even have the WhatsApp app on my phone, but of course once I signed up for Hammock, I decided to go ahead and use that. And the best thing about that is that they can communicate with me via real time. So if I was to list an item on eBay and they were trying to cross list it on Poshmark and they had any questions or they needed some specific details, they basically can just shoot me a quick message and we can just handle everything in real time. Alright y'all, that's all I have for today's video. So as you guys can tell, I'm a huge fan of Hammock. So if you guys haven't already, share this video with someone that can find the service useful. And when it comes to Hammock, don't forget, the best part about it is photo and forget it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.